Hello everyone, this is Prepper003 here, and I want to talk to you guys today about something that's been very lightly touched upon, but most people go and just talk about, okay, here's my kit, here's my loadout, what's different between mine and the rest, why mine is a little bit different than theirs, and what are the benefits of my kit versus somebody else's kit. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you should exactly pack, but I'm just going to give you some ideas that might vary upon your location. Because some people living in an urban environment might not be able to run in a full plate carrier, and some people might, in a open woods environment, not want to run in a concealed carry type area when it comes to their loadout. Now I'm going to start with the lowest profile setup here, which is going to be your kind of Kydex pouches that would go just right in between your belt and your pants, just kind of like concealed carry holsters like these for your pistol mags, except these ones right here are designed for your rifle. Now, some people aren't going to be running their rifle outside their kit, especially if you're in an urban environment or inside of a vehicle. You might have it inside of a bag just because it hasn't hit the fan fully yet, but you're trying to bug out right before it hits the fan because there's kind of a lull period. Those first 3 days is where it's going to be everybody's going to be kind of miserable, and then it's going to start after those 3 days, and after the stores run out of food, it's going to kind of go into full shit's fan. So what I was really wanting to give you guys was just an idea of something you could have on your person. So say you had to draw your rifle out of its case, or draw it out of a, like say you have a SBR or PDW, draw it out of a backpack, or even just from down under the seat of your car, that you have a pre-setup already on your kit. And what's real nice about these is that you can slide them right in here, and it's out of the way. And it's actually not that comfortable. You can even fit some 20 rounders in there if you want to get even more subcompact. But right now it's actually a real nice thing that Fab Defense came out with. They work very well. I've seen very good retention out of them. So that's just an idea if you can't run a full kit. Now, I'm not going to get too much into each type of the actual pieces on my kit. I'm just kind of getting it as an overall concept of what might work for you. But now I'm going to quickly move on to the battle belt. Now, what's real nice about a battle belt is that it allows you to have full upper body maneuvering of your body, and it also allows you to have much more flexibility. But one of the downsides is it doesn't give you a lot of capabilities as far as ammunition or storage or anything like that. Right now, as you can see, this is just 3 pistol mags, 2 rifle mags, a canteen, and an eye pack. That's about it. I can't really fit more. I could probably fit some smaller things on here, but do I really want to? No, because one of the things that this does is it adds more mass around your hips. And what that does is as you're running, it starts to wear away on you as your hips are moving and bouncing around. It does over time wear you out, especially if you have a lot of heavy stuff on your kit on the belt. And I've seen some pretty crazy battle belts out there where guys have just 3 double stacked AR pouches, 2 pistol pouches, a canteen, and an eye pack, and then a couple of other small pouches with like I want to say one guy had a frickin' e-tool on his. But that's just an idea, something that because these are actually pretty easy to fit into a car. So say you're out in a semi-urban environment going out into the country, you could have this on, like kind of like a suburb type deal. And these, if you design them right and don't have them as like with a canteen or a huge eye pack like mine, you could easily fit this on and under a nice heavy duty coat like a winter jacket or something like that. And out in the woods, just tending to your garden or something like this, having this on you right here is actually very nice and very easy. If you get a good one, this one has some real nice cushioning on the inside so it doesn't slip or slide, don't need suspenders or anything like that. So it's actually real nice to have if you are in that type of an environment where you can freely have something like this, but don't want to look like you're in a full kit like with a plate carrier. Now what I'm going to go to next is kind of like a roaming patrol type deal, something where you might need a kit, but you don't want to have a full-on plate carrier, is a real nice quality chest rig. Now this one right here is a D3 chest rig, contracted to be made by Tailor Strategic. It's actually a very nice kit. The straps are very nice, high quality. But as you can see, and this one right here actually belongs to my prepping buddy, Breacher. But you've got 4 AR mags, a 2 pistol mags, then his IFAK, a cap band, and then a small pouch here for if he wants to put a radio or something else, like just some small stuff. And this right here can also be integrated into his play carrier system as well, because it does have these speed clips on the sides, which is very nice if you ever do need to have that kind of modularity where you can easily just throw this on. All it would take is literally just and then bring the straps right here, right around. And it's on. Now you can just adjust the straps and everything, but that's set to his settings, so I'll just leave that as is. But this right here is actually real nice, and as you saw, it's very quick to throw on, so even if you have a guy on guard post or something like that, just guard your area, and you don't want him to look as if he's militarized or something like that, you can have this setting right down there, and all he has to do is just throw this on here. He doesn't have to strap it fully down, because he just needs the capability of quickly getting to his mags, which is a good option to have. And I am trying to keep it short, so just so it's not a rambling video here. So I'm not going to delve too far into it. I'm going to have a separate video for each actual concept on what to do, what would be a good idea. Now this right here is a full-size plate carrier. Now this does have level 3 plates in them, and as you can see, it's got pretty much everything you would need in and out of itself. It's got 3 pouches here that are for AR mags. Now these are double pouches, so I could put more than one AR pouch, but I don't like to have that many mags on me, and I don't like to have that much of a profile besides this right here. And the reason that I keep 2 mags right here is because I also keep my battle belt on whenever I have my full kit. I'm able to consecutively draw to my rifle 3 mags, just like that. It's very easy, very simple. And it's also very quick. That's why I went with the tacos, because there's not a lot of flipping or anything like that. It's just a straight pull. That's all it is. And it's extremely easy to pull, but it's also got an insane amount of retention, and I'll do a separate video about that for you guys in case you want to know more about that. But then I've also got a radio to keep in contact with my home base at the BOL whenever we actually bug out to our location. And then I've got an earpiece so you're not having a radio chatter blast all around the woods, because that can give away your location from experience. But then I also have a small little utility pouch right up here. You've just got some small little things, lighter, multi-tool, 550 cord, another lighter, road flare. Then I got some chem lights here in case at night I need to give away my location to one of my teammates so I don't get shot in the back. I just stuff that in the back of my plate carrier and I'm good to go. And I can also use this to help designate a location for a pickup, because we are going to be investing in NV soon, and something like this right here will shine very brightly in NV over an open field. Then I also do have a light right here just for small things, tending to whenever I'm actually out in my full kit. Now, this right here, you're pretty much going to use this if you are pretty much expecting combat, like you're in a heavy area zone, or you're actually like kind of in a shit stand scenario, you're in a city and it has already hit the fan, and you know bullets are flying and stuff like that. This right here might be much more beneficial, even though it does give away your location. If you're getting in a vehicle, you're confined to that small space, and you're pretty much getting into a vehicle and trying to get out of town would be maybe your best bet if you have a family. But if you know your area, know the town, something like these little makeup pouches and your standard CCW pistol, if you're able to carry in your town, and some pistol mags would probably benefit you more if you're able to sneak through the side roads, side alleys, and stuff like that, if they already haven't been blocked off and stuff like that, because there's a lot of variables that go into that type of scenario. Personally, if it was me, I would bug out much, especially in a city, as the moment stuff starts to go, like power goes out, stuff like that, and you know that this isn't going to be a small little power outage, but and it's very difficult to know exactly what type of scenario you'll be hitting into and exactly what type of things you'll need, because no one's prepared for everything. I'm not. I know a lot of you probably aren't. So that's just one of the things that I'd want to touch upon. Now this also does have its cons as well. As with some of the others, this one right here is going to be your most heaviest and restrictive of movement. You can easily drive in a vehicle with this. I've done it myself. You can easily maneuver into a back seat of a vehicle. You can move onto a ground, move under a vehicle with these things on. The only problem is you want to get a minimalistic carrier. As you're seeing right here, this one doesn't have side plates on it. That's my choice right here. I was running for minimalistic, pretty much just frontal and back protection, but this does have the option of actually putting on side plates, which I really don't see myself doing. But this right here is going to weigh your most, and it's going to be a lot more cumbersome to move to cover, get down, and bound back and forth from and to cover. Especially whenever you're having to get up, draw your weapon, get down, get back up, and it takes a lot out of you. I can attest for that. It's not something that easy. You have to be physically fit to actually move around in these very quickly, and it's not as you see it. You see like people saying, "Oh, it's done in a video game. I can do it." That's what I used to think, but actually getting out and doing drills in your actual kit, doing exercises in your kit, it drains you. And if you don't have proper hydration, proper food, wearing something like this all the time is going to drain away your calories and eventually lead to you suffering from fatigue. And I know guys overseas that wear these things, and they eventually you see a lot of them, like the moment that they get the chance to, they'll strip out of them. And not outside on patrol or anything like that, but back in base, it's very, very difficult to just keep these things on 24/7. It wears a lot on your shoulders, and especially if you're in constant movement, constant bounding, constant running, it really, really, really does drain you. And I can't stress that enough, because out in the woods, out in the field, whenever you're actually in a shit-fan scenario, whether you're a militiaman, whether you're a prepper, if you don't have the proper actual tools to take care of yourself and the proper tools to survive, tools to hunt, tools to filter water, and stuff like that, eventually you're going to run out of energy, and you're just going to be drained. You're not going to be able to hump your gear and your ruck and everything around with you. Now, that's just one of the things I really want to touch upon, just some of the ideas of things you could carry for protection for shit-fan as far as armor and kit goes. Now, you might have something different. I know that there are some guys that will run only the 2 mag that's in the rifle. Some people won't even run a rifle. They'll run a knife or something like that because they want to stay super low profile and kind of like the gray man theory, where they don't want to give any type of indication that they're a prepper, which is all fine to you. That's something that if you want to do, go ahead. But I really won't recommend it. I'm a person that would just rather have a little bit of oomph on me as I'm actually moving around. And even if it's just a concealed carry pistol with 2 mags on me, like I normally carry every day, that's one of the things that I would suggest at least having. And if not, if you can't do that due to your area, get some type of martial arts training, know how to properly use weapons in your area, learn how to identify weapons, like as you're walking on the street. Oh, that pipe can be used as a weapon, that broom can be used as a weapon, that crowbar can be used as a weapon. Things like that you can easily pick up, and areas, always look for your way to escape, especially in that type of environment. You never want to be cornered, because then you can be kind of very screwed very quick, especially if you have more people in your family that aren't trained, aren't up to speed on what you're doing. And my family is not fully up to speed either. I'm doing my best, but it's very hard, and I know you guys know that as well. Alright, thank you. Prepper 0030. Have a great day.